Hey guys, my name is Jennifer and I am Genevieve Designs. Today we're going to make some album covers. And I have a new tool to show you. And I've only used this tool one time, and I made a sample, and then now I'm going to make another way. And now I'm going to make it another way. Okay, so let me back up a little bit. Those are the chipboard covers, but I ordered a set of I thought I had left it in there. I ordered a set of bookbinding set miter tools and spine guides, and they are laser cut engraved by Junk Journal Shop. And she has an Etsy shop, she has a YouTube channel, and so I attempted to do one on my own because I'll show you the tools in just a second. I was attempted to do one on my own. By the way, she's very sweet. She's very sweet. And I did, but then I was like, hey, do you have a video where you can show me how to do this? And she said yes. So she sent me a video, and then she's like, you know what? I'll just go live and I'll show you the different ways to use it. So she did, and I'll link that video because I got real tickled with her. She's so cute. Anyway, so I'll link that video. She did say that she doesn't like to do tutorials, but I think she did a fine job. So I will link that video so you guys can go support her. I need to put my hair up and tell her I sent you. If you need these tools in your life. Plus she's fun. She's more of a junk journal type YouTuber, and she finds a lot of antique stuff and so on and so forth. Go check her out. I'll link her below. She's fun. Well, anyway, so it came packaged very well, and check out this tissue paper. Isn't that pretty? And it came packaged like this, wrapped in and then in an envelope. So she packaged it really well. So I'm going to move this out of the way and show you what I have. Okay, so I think, if I'm not mistaken, the set does not include 2 sets of these spacer tools. I think it just includes 1 set and these miter tools. I'm not sure. But I'm not even sure she's sure. Just by listening to her yesterday in the video, it was funny. But anyway, so there's her business card. Isn't that cute? Wax seal. Anyway, I'll have her linked. So there are spacer tools and miter tools. There are shorter ones. Let's see, what is the length on those? That one is a little under 8 inches from here to here, but total is 8.5. And then the other one is a little over 9 inches from here to here, but then 10 inches from top to bottom. So yeah, let me show you. I think I'm going to use the shorter ones because my book is not this tall. I'm not sure if it really matters. And then on here, on here, the 2 miter tools, one says cardboard miter and the other one says hardboard miter. So it's a different thickness than the cardboard miter. So she created these on her laser, so it's kind of like, you know, like a unique, we need that. It's a unique tool. Is this, did you make that washi tape or did you buy that washi tape? Anyway, all right, I'm going to set these aside, this package aside for now. So pay no attention to my fingernail. I've been inspired by the paints, even though, you know, these colors aren't, you know, I don't know, it's not your typical palette, I guess, but I've been inspired because just going back to my art journal roots, you know, not roots, but like when I used to art journal, when I used to have all kinds of like mixed media type things, like the India ink sprays and the India ink and all the things, right? So I was checking to see if some of them, the squirty toppy, you know, they have these little squirty toppy thingies. Some of them were broken, wouldn't even open. It was like, I don't know, I had to throw some away. So one of them was green, and I guess when I opened this thing popped and it got all over me and I can't get it off. But anyway, isn't that beautiful? It's India ink. And I was looking at different India inks that I have, just because I feel like they'll work on these resin pieces, and they do. They work really well. So we might be able to use India ink to color the resin pieces. This is a purple. Obviously, it's not the right purple for this. Well, I guess, I don't know. It might not be too bad. Where's my paper? This is just one of the paper pads that I have. It might not be too bright. I don't know if the camera is picking up. But the gold is pretty too, so I don't know. Anyway, so I got it all over my fingernails, and yeah, that's that. And look, I was writing with the India ink and gold. Isn't that pretty? So what's it say? How about writing in gold? It's cool, subtle. P.H. Martins. Is this the right color? Why? I don't know. What was I talking about? I don't know. Does it have anything to do with anything? I don't know. Are we going to use it? Don't know. Okay. I don't know anything right now. I'm literally don't know anything. Alright, so we're going to make a set of covers with these. And so out of the templates, if you're making the albums with me, out of the templates, you'll need to trace page number 1, which is the cover template, onto, this is medium weight chipboard, and I've got it linked in my Amazon. This is what I like to use. It's not too thick, it's not too flimsy. This is what I like to use for my album covers. And then I traced the spine piece for 2 pages, which is this one here, and that's the spine that we're going to be using. So I did that. I've already did that, cut that out. Those are ready to go. And now I'm thinking, let's see. Hang on. Let me show you what I made already. So this particular size album can be wrapped with a 11 by 17 piece of cardstock or paper. So you can literally make it this way, where you have your spacers in between, you have your spine, you can make it one whole piece and then cover it. I'm using fabric today because a lot of you can't get a hold of that tie-back, or don't want to use the tie-back, or you can't get bookbinding material, book cloth, book tape, but whatever, right? But you can get your hands on some fabric, whether it be muslin. I don't know if it matters what fabric it is. You could recycle some fabric, fabric clothes, whatever, okay? You can use that to reinforce your spine so that it doesn't tear as well. So I made a version where it's one whole piece, and you could wrap it with 11 by 17. But then it dawned on me that maybe some of you don't have 11 by 17 paper. So today I'll show you how to make it if you don't have a big enough piece of paper to cover it, or to make a whole solid cover and then cover it with a big enough piece of paper. Pay no attention to this. Again, this was back in the day, you guys. Oh, it's so, I'm not even sure I could get that off of there. It's been there a long time. But this is a huge, it's a huge, what are these called? It's nice though. It looks gross right now, but it's nice when you're making a mess. And I used to make a mess on the regular basis with mixed media stuff. So anyway, so I used that because I got a little messy. But that's what this is about. And I might leave it out because I might need it. So I'm going to put these 2 aside, and then I'm going to grab some more paper, and I'll be right back. Okay, I don't know if we're going to need 4, but I grabbed 4. 8.5 by 11 sheets of coffee stained, and this is just paper. I think this is 20-pound paper. You could go thicker, you could go heavier, you could go, you know, don't be bashful. You could use whatever size, whatever thickness of paper you want. I just like to use this because I know I'm reinforcing my spine. But again, use whatever you can find. Whatever you like to use, whatever you like. But this is what I'm using, and I think I am going to set this aside for a minute. So the first thing I want to do is I want to tackle this spine piece because I want to give it time to dry. So I'm going to put the two covers aside. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my fabric first. Okay, yeah. So I bought this a bazillion years ago. This is just muslin. I just bought it in bulk. And I'm going to just snip a piece off. Well, I'm going to snip a section and then I'm going to rip it. Oh, that just hurt my nose. Okay, I just scratched my nose. Okay, so now we have something that looks like this. It doesn't look very nice though, does it? I mean, it's fine if you want the frayed edges, but I'm gonna clean it up just a little bit. Again, this is not necessary. Most of the time, especially if you were using thicker paper, you're not gonna see it, but I am going to fold this and then fold it again like that. And then I'm gonna get an old craft mat out here, and I'm gonna get a rotary, is that what that got, rotary craft knife, and a ruler. And I think what I'll do, let's see, what do I got a piece here? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5 maybe. It's about 4.5. So I'm just going to take a little bit off of each side just to kind of take the frayed edge off. Like a that. And then I'm going to flip this sucker around. Excuse me. Holy moly. Came out of nowhere. Well, I'm gonna have to move it. Dang on it. I didn't want to. I didn't put it in the good spot. It's okay. So I'm just gonna move it over so I can count. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm gonna make 4-inch strips, I guess. Sorry about my sneezing. Okay. So now we have a long strip that is 4 inches. And we got some scragglies. And you're going to want one, I guess 12 inches was probably good. I'm going to take this edge off though. So you're going to want one that's about 12 inches. So I'm going to go, well, I'm going to go 11.5. Wait. I just need it to wrap around. So I'm going to go 11.5. I just got a text from Johnny, by the way. Not a text. I got a, literally just now got a message from her through Etsy saying she made another video. So which way am I wanting to go here? I'm gonna go this way. So I'm gonna line it up here and then I'm gonna cut it at 11.5. Anyway, so she said she made a better video that wasn't so awful, and It's not awful, Johnny. Stop it. It was fine. You did a good job. All right, cutting this at 11 and a half. I better click that. So I need one piece at 11 and a half, and then I need one piece that's gonna be smaller than the spine piece. So I'm just gonna lay this on here. I'm gonna lay this on here. So I'm gonna cut it, I think, at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm gonna cut it at 9 1/4. Wait, I've got it's upside down. I'm trying to read it upside down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think that's it right there. I could just turn everything around, but that would be too easy. So then I've got a leftover scrap. I'm gonna put it to the side. Okay, so now I have my 2 fabric pieces. And I think what I'll do is, I don't want that one out right now. I'll get this back out, just in case we got anything sticky. Okay, so there's my there it is. We're gonna glue this to here. And we're also going to be gluing it to paper. So I'm wondering, should I glue it to the paper first? Let's see. Let me think. Actually, I think what I'll do, I'm going to take a piece of our paper. I'm going to cut it. Oops. I am going to cut it to 4 1/2. We can always trim it all down. Oops, that's 4 1/4. Let's do 4 1/2. And then this piece is not going to be worth, this is not going to be 4 inches. So it's under 4 inches. Why is that the case? Oh, it makes sense. Never mind. So I'm gonna put this piece aside. I don't need it right now. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to attach the fabric to the piece of paper. I'm gonna do it like this, I think. I'm gonna attach the fabric first, and then I'm going to attach this down. So I'm going to use Fabri-Tac, I think, and I'm going to open this up. I haven't made one like this in so long, so it's like I'm having to think about what I'm doing. All right, I'm going to try to get my Fabri-Tac to work here. You can use a PVA glue. You can use whatever glue you want, to be honest. Whatever you can get your hands on. So I'm going to try to get as much glue spread out on here as possible. I know it's hard to believe, but there's really not that much glue. I'm just spreading it out with the nozzle. You can look how much glue is like getting on there. Sorry again about my sniffles, you guys. It's like I turned the camera on and I started sneezing. So I'm just going to lay this in the middle. Like so. Then I'm going to flip this closed. And I'm going to brayer it. Well, I'm going to use a brayer, and that way it'll give even pressure. Right? even, so what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna flip it over. Do it from this side. I promise you guys, I take allergy medicine and everything. I'm just sneezy today. Okay. I'll flip this back over. Then I am going to take and glue this down to the center of this. As I'm just really gonna eyeball it probably. So, but I'm gonna give it some glue. A generous amount of glue. Well, I haven't seen the new video that she just sent a message about. So, she's funny. Hi, Johnny. But I wanted to... Alright, so I'm actually going to give that a little wiggle. You could have smoothed it out with your fingers, like you could have distributed the glue evenly, but I didn't want to get it all over my fingers. Okay, so I'm just gonna go and I'm just gonna go and kind of prep it to where it can stick to these sides here. Okay. And I'm going to put that aside to dry while we do the other bits. Now I'm going to take my two covers and I'm going to cover them with tape because, again, we're just going on to paper, so I want to make sure it gets a good contact. A good solid contact from end to end. So I'm going to take my 6-inch tape, I'm going to lay it out, and then I'm going to lay my cover on here, like so. Take my craft knife, trim that away. And then give it a good varnish. I'm going to do both. Now I'm going to take this, and I can't decide if I want to wrap the whole thing or if I just want to wrap 3 edges. I think I'm just going to do 3 edges. So this is 8.5 by 11. I'm going to get this off of here. Butt it up to that side there. So I'm going to do both these pieces the same. I'm just not going to do it on camera. Okay. So then the next thing is I want to run tape around, and maybe that's the size I'm missing. What is that? Is that 3/4? I'm just going to use some tape, double-sided adhesive. And we're going to go around all 3 sides. just like that. Brush. All right, I'm gonna trim away this extra paper. Set that aside. And then let's try the miter tool. So this one is the cardboard miter. Oops, let's trim away this extra bit too. All right, so I'm pretty sure you just stick it on the corner like this. And I'm not scared to take my craft knife and cut that off. I don't know if that's what she recommends. I don't think I remember. I got cut off. My husband came home and I got distracted, and next thing you know, the video was over. So I don't know if that's what you're supposed to do, but it worked just fine. So it's kind of like the right angle tool, except the right angle tool, you can use that to tear tape. I wouldn't use this to tear tape. I would be afraid it would come apart. But anyway. Okay. So I'm going to just do a little prepping there. I like to do the long bits first. So I'm going to take the tape backing off there. And flip that around. And then I'm going to tuck those little bits in right there. Take the tape backing off. And then this was a set. Somebody sent me this set. I don't know if I showed it to you guys. And it has a thimble and it has a needle thingy and whatever. The scissors would be fine for, okay, my opinion. It's like a hoe set. I don't know. The scissors would be fine for like cutting, like you're sewing scissors. Obviously this is a sewing set. But these here, they don't cut paper straight. So these are, I guess, just gonna either be decorative or just not gonna get used. But I thought I would at least try these for snipping things. So I might take them downstairs because I've been trying to teach myself how to embroider. I don't know. It's not going well. I can tell you that. Anyway, so this little pokey tool, I wanted to see if it would be any good to help with pulling tape backings off and poking holes in signatures, that kind of thing. So we'll see. Okay, so there's one. There's one of our covers covered, except for one side. I'm gonna do the other one and I'll be right back. I have both covers and my spine piece. So they're both covered on all three sides. On all three sides? On three sides, not the fourth. So what we're going to do is we're going to take, do we need the long ones or the short ones? We're going to take these little tools and we're going to place them at the top there, and then we're going to be able to snuggly wuggly add our cover to one side, and we're going to add the one to the other side, and you'll have that spacing without having to put tape. Because normally I would put like 1/4 inch tape there, and when we're not using fabric, it works great. But when we're using fabric, which a lot of you use instead of tie back, you know, it's better to use some fabric glue or bookbinding glue or PVA glue or something of that nature. So I'm going to put glue along here. I hope I didn't get too far over because that looks like I might have. And I'm going to put glue along here. These things will get covered up, these edges, so it's not that crucial, but anyway, so I'm going to make sure that's snug and over. So I'm just going to push my cover up and over and wiggle it a little bit, wiggle it into place. Boom. Boom. take my brayer, smush that. Okay, I'm gonna flip this around and we're gonna do the same thing on this side. We're gonna put the other piece here, make it snuggly wuggly, add some glue to my cover, to the raw edge cover, part of the cover. And we're going to add some to the edge here. Okay, shut that up, over, wiggle it back and forth a little bit, and then burnish it down. All right, I am going to take these out, hopefully. I'm going to take these out and I'm going to flip it over. And yeah, see, I got a little excited on that side there. It's okay. And I'm going to burnish it from this side. Okay, so I'm just going to burnish these gently in that little dip there. I'm just being very gentle. But since I added the paper on here, on top, if you just had the fabric, you wouldn't need to worry about it. But since I have the paper, I'm just trying to be very, very, very gentle with it. Okay, now you can see like there you go, you can see the dips. Then I'm wondering though, should I put the fabric first and then wrap it? Because I want to put the fabric on the inside as well. Trying to think here. If I do it like that and then I cover it with a piece of paper, that would be good. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. So, fabric tack, I'm gonna put glue. Since we know it's the same width as that, I'm going to put glue, first I'm going to put glue in the middle, in those little gussets, those little ditches. And I'll try to get my glue flowing. Since I fussed at it, now it's like, no, we are not friends today. So you just remember, you're not going to see the fabric. So when the glue seeps through, it's okay. It's not going to be seen. But if you were leaving the fabric visible, you need to be a lot more careful with your glue than I am being right here. Okay. Lid on there, and then I'm going to take this and I'm going to lay it on here, trying to match it up, but I am going to actually, before I smoosh, I'm going to get this down in there. Oh, and my printer's just talking. So I'm going to get that in there like that. Okay. Now I'm going to burnish just a little. My gonna have to clean my burnisher. What is this called? What is that called? I'm gonna have to clean it. Now it's got glue on it. But anyway, I like the idea of this, using this with fabric. Because you can really, 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 really get that pushed down pretty good. So I think I am too also going to attach these down. So I'm gonna put glue on here. Pull it up in the middle. Wipe my fingers off. I put way too much glue, but I would rather have too much than not enough. Right? Okay, so again, I'm going to take a second to work that paper into that crease, into the spine, into the gusset. What do we call this? Okay. Flip this around. Okay, one thing I didn't do is I didn't cut a piece for here, but I also don't have my mats for this either. I think what I'll do is I'll just cut them and cover them with paper. You go either way, boop, 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 or boop, 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 boop. And you have to make the sound effects. It's just not the same if you don't. Beep, beep, beep. I'm probably gonna need to grab another piece of paper. That's not quite, I guess it won't matter because it's gonna be, we'll use this. That's cut off piece. Okay, so I am just gonna cut this. Ooh, I need to get my templates out. So the mat for the cover is on page 31. Oh, I need 2 mats. So yeah, I'm gonna need another piece of paper. Great. Okay, so I am just going to trace this out, cut it out. I'm gonna have 2. And I need to get another piece of paper, but then I'm gonna just mark the height of this. And I need to find another piece of paper. So then I'm gonna cut these out and I'm gonna put adhesive on them. All right, I am back. I have traced and cut 2 mats for the inside of the covers, and then I've got my piece for the middle ready to go. I didn't mean to have such a dark edge, but it's okay. I'm okay with it. So I am going to put it down this way because we will eventually come back and put an actual mat on these covers that's more decorative. So this line, this edge will be covered up so it won't be so bulky right here in the gusset area of the spine. So we're going to add that last. So first, I am going to add these 2. I put tape on the back, but I'm also going to put glue in the middle. Okay, sorry. And I'm going to continue to use that bottle of Fabri-Tac right there because it's sitting right there. The other bottle that I have, that the this thing here, the Sugar Bell bottle, I don't need that fine line to. I need, you know, more glue, so I'm going to use the bottle itself. So I'm going to take that out. Take that out. take that off. And I am going to add glue. You can put it straight to the cardboard if you prefer. Just smoosh it around like that, and then, oh, I didn't put my lid on. It's gonna erupt. Caught it. Okay, so burnish the tape down. You could use a brayer also to smoosh that glue out and around. That's a good tip. This, I don't actually remember where I saw somebody doing that, and I thought, duh. That's just one of those things, you know? Duh. I'm gonna have to remember this trick. I'll probably forget because that's what I do. I forget things. I got glue on my cover. Okay, last but not least, we're gonna stick this on here. And I think I'm actually gonna start with this middle part. Oh, but I've got these. You know what, I'm not. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I should have done it different, but that's okay. I'm gonna glue here to the fabric part of the spine, and I'm gonna get in that gusset too. I'm gonna put lots of glue. You could put tape, you could have done tape, but I just feel like this fabric glue is gonna hold better. I can't tell if that's getting in there. I don't think I got it in that other one pretty good. Okay. So, we're not going to take the tape off yet. We're going to lay this on here, and we're going to moosh it. Moosh it? We're going to moosh it. Well, we're going to do this. Remember, the tape's still on there, so right now we're just working with, ooh, you can feel it too, like the wetness of the glue. Try to get these down in there. Oh, don't do that. I just shoved my point in there. You know what I am going to do though? I am going to put some tape right here. Again, something I forgot. So it's no big deal though. I just don't want it to pull up when the album gets closed. I don't want it to like pull up on that area because there seems to be lots of pressure there for whatever reason. So I'm going to pull that back. I'm going to put some tape on that edge on both sides. Burnish that down. Burnish that down. Okay, I'm going to take the backing off this tape. tape. Well, to a point at least, I guess. Like that. I guess I could go ahead and take it all the way off. I don't know. Let's just wait and see. Flip it around, same thing. Take this tape off, this tape off, finish taking this tape off. Okay. So just remember that all of these bits, except for this part, is going to be covered up. Unless you want to cover this up. You could add, that's not what I was reaching for. You could add, what's the word? You could add fabric here, like on your spine. So once we get going, we might do that. I don't know. It's been a long time since we've actually had fabric on the outside of our covers, hasn't it? So, but yeah. So these tools are really nice because it'll make sure you stay, that you have your proper spacing, so that way you have enough give where it doesn't crocodile open from pressure or tear from pressure. And it also helps you keep everything lined up, top and bottom. So if you struggle with that kind of thing, these kind of tools, they're inexpensive and they'll last you, so that you can use them over and over and over and over and over again, and voila. So I suggest you check it out if you need that bit of help with your journals, like your covers. Because sometimes, and sometimes I don't care how perfect it is, but sometimes I do care how perfect it is, and I've got glue all over this thing. I don't normally get glue all over myself like this, but all over myself. This is not myself. This is a book. Book covers. But anyway, all right, so that's that. So now we've got our covers made for the album we're currently working on. There's a playlist for that. I'll link that up there. I'll have Johnny's shop linked down below. I have a video playlist. That's what I meant by playlist. I also have a list, an Amazon list of all the things I use in the album. And I will add the fabric. It's just muslin fabric. You can get it anywhere, pretty much anywhere. But I'll add it to my Amazon list for this project, even still. And I'll add a brayer. And maybe even a rotary cutter. I don't know. Just in case you need to have these things in your life. And yeah, that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for joining me today. And hopefully I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.